Well, before my first session, I felt apprehensive but excited because this was the start of a new chapter for me, and I was really looking forward to what Tom had to present my plan for me, and because it's just for me, it felt special, but I still felt apprehensive at what he was going to offer me. My first session went surprisingly well. I really enjoyed it, and I really felt for the first time somebody understood what I wanted to achieve and could help me achieve that. Your personal trainer is your little angel on your shoulder that keeps you motivated and inspired. It's the person that when you can't be bothered to do that next step or can't be bothered to lift that next weight, he just takes you to that next level, just one more. Whereas if I'd done it on my own, I'd probably given up 5 minutes earlier. And that's why I believe strongly in having a personal trainer, because at the end of the day, it's what I need to kick my backside to get me to achieve the results I need. The way I feel now working with a trainer is that I start believing in myself, because I start seeing the results that I always wanted to see, and I've ended up feeling more confident within myself, raising my self-esteem because my shape is changing. I feel not just motivated but inspired to do challenging activities that I felt difficult before, or because of a back injury that I had. My personal trainer working with me now has made me feel that that isn't the obstacle, and I can work with a back injury and improve my back, making it stronger, and therefore taking up the challenges that I used to avoid before. So the coaching I achieve throughout the session and in between training is that I have targets that are set for me, my nutrition, so diet we're looking at, and the physical activities and exercises I have to do in between our sessions. It keeps me on target, and it keeps me motivated and just clearly set the goals that I need to get to. If I come off track, then we review that at every session for whatever reason. And the coaching session to me is very inspiring. The exercise varies from session to session considerably. It's like Tom starts to know you as a person, and he knows what makes you tick. It's almost as when he comes to my session and he looks at me, he almost knows whether I'm ready for a really good workout or I need a gentle workout because I just don't feel on the ball that day for whatever reason. And it changes all the time. That's the nice thing about it. He puts the fun back into a training session. It's not boring, it's not monotonous, it's not repetitive. It changes, he chops and changes it, and that's what I enjoy most out of the session, the variety that you get when you're working with a personal trainer. No session, there are some things that you've got to do repeated exercises to attain what you need to achieve, but it's that he mixes it around and it doesn't become that repetitive thing that you would have in a gym. If I don't train, especially at my age now, I don't feel right at all. It makes me feel depressed. You feel down because you put on weight or you maintain the weight, but your body shape is just all over the place. For me as a woman, I felt my body changing over the last 12 months dramatically, and without exercise, it just goes hand in hand with food and sleep. These are things that the body needs to maintain the core stability of existing, and to me now exercise has to be part of my life, my routine, and the trainer keeps me motivated and inspired and on target to achieve that, but it has to be part of my life. If without it, I just focus on negative issues on a daily basis. The best part of training for me is the variety that you get of the exercises, the new things that I was frightened to try, and because it just looked too difficult, and by having a trainer encouraging you and supporting you all the way through the session, making you believe that you can do it, that's what I've enjoyed, the new challenges of different ways of training. The exercise that probably I don't like to do, but I just do them. But the worst thing is maybe, it's a difficult one because I'm not sure if there is a worst part of training, because sometimes you're just not in the right frame of mind and you don't really want to do it, and you think, I'm not going to do it today, and I'm just going to play half ball and I'm just going to try and fake it. But you can't with the trainer, because by the time you start your session, it makes you come out of that mood or that negative thought, and it makes you feel motivated, and at the end of the session I just don't feel negative. So I don't really think there's a bad side of it to me. Anyone looking on the website now, I definitely tell them to get that form filled. It's not as bad as you think. It's probably the best step you ever could make. It's life-changing, truly inspirational, and you'll get probably more than you ever could imagine out of it. The positive side of Tom's personality is always a person that is very bubbly, very happy, very encouraging, and the nice thing about it is he always asks you about your day, and for certain people you want to cover it up and put a front on, but with Tom you don't have to, because he sees you all warts and all. He almost becomes like your confidant or counsellor, and you sort of, if you've had a crap day, you just say, well, really I've had a crap day. And the nice thing about him is that he knows which button to press to change that around. The negative part of Tom is that when you've done that horrible push-up that you don't want to do, and you think you've done your last one and he says 2 more, and you don't want to do 2 more because you practically feel sick, that's the negative, that's the side that I don't want to hear from him. And to me that's the negative side, because he just keeps on pushing you more, which is brilliant to a lot of people and probably what they need, but at the time I'm doing it, I just don't want to hear it, or I don't want it from him. Because of having a personal trainer, what's changed in my lifestyle is it started to give me back the work-life balance that I never had before. It was all work, work, work. And I think introducing a personal trainer and exercise brings back a life balance that you need. It's motivated me, increased my self-esteem, made me a more happy person to be around. Because of the confidence I've got in myself, I enjoy doing things that I stopped doing. Unbelievably, like going shopping for women's clothes and things. Sometimes I just couldn't face it because I just didn't like who I was. But working with the personal trainer now has changed that lifestyle. I'm not saying I'm spending more money on clothes, but I'm enjoying doing things that I once used to enjoy, and I stopped doing before having a trainer.